Hey guys, Chad with Advising Men, and in this video, how to approach women. Got a question last week, and I've been thinking about it, and I put together some points on how to approach women. Um, probably a big, probably a big deal for guys, especially if you're just getting in the dating game or getting back in the dating game after some type of breakup. Um, but it's really all about getting your reps in. It's about having the confidence and getting your reps in to the point where it's just natural for you to talk to anybody. I think one of the major problems that guys have, major mistakes that guys make, is they separate talking to the general public to talking to women. And when they think, okay, when I'm talking to women, I'm trying to get their phone number, I'm trying to get a date. So that's different from talking to the general public or even trying to make a sale. You know, if you're a salesperson, you're in any kind of sales, I mean, everybody's a salesperson at one point or another. You're selling yourself. But they separate it. They think there's a difference. And there's not a difference. It's just talking to people. That's all there is to it. It's about talking to people, being natural and feeling natural when you talk to people. And for some reason, guys will get this anxiety about doing the same thing that they do with guys all day long or other women that they're not interested in. And they'll have this anxiety will come over here when they try to talk to a woman. So one way I think that you guys can use to help lower that anxiety, number one is just talk to people like crazy. Talk to people all the time. But when you decide, say you're going to go out and you're with a buddy or you're out on your own or whatever, and you're like, okay, I'm going out tonight because I want to meet women. I want to get a couple phone numbers, and I want to date some girls. Okay. One thing that you can do is you can warm up. Okay. You can warm up just like you're going to the gym. You do warm up sets, just like when you're getting ready for a fight, you do a warm up. Okay. Same thing. Exact same thing. I use this when I'm getting ready to walk into, if I've got a sale that I'm going to be doing that day. I'll just talk to people. Okay, so here's an easy way to do it. And I've been thinking about this. To start with guys, hey bro, what's up? When you see a guy. How you doing today? Another one that I use, like if I sit down with a guy that I don't know, and it's just like an interaction, like just a regular conversation. We're in a bar, we're at church, we're wherever we are. Okay. If I sit down with a guy that I don't know and I don't know that I have anything in common with, I say this, I go, so what do you do out in the world? What do you do in the world? And that immediately opens them up to start talking about themselves and start talking about their work, their goals or hobbies, whatever. So start with guys. Talk to guys in and out of the convenience store. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing today? Whatever. Start interactions. Then, if you're a guy that has a lot of anxiety about this, then start talking to women, but not the approach. The female attendant at the convenience store, the waitress at a restaurant, stuff like that. Don't ask them out. Just talk to them like normal people. Just ask them a couple questions real quick. Like, for instance, the number one thing, and it gets, especially girls, every time. Guys will be like, don't hear that very often when I say this. But whenever I go into, here local, we have Quick Trips. And I'll go on a Quick Trip, and if there's a female attendant, they always ask, how you doing today? Or something like that. Whenever I get asked how I'm doing, my answer is pretty freaking awesome. I'm pretty freaking awesome. And every time that I say that to a female, there's a little chuckle, there's a half smile, there's a grin, there's a look, there's a surprise look. Like, I've even had female waitresses and attendants go, I've never heard that before, or you don't hear that very often, or whatever. And that is an opening, literally an opening to start a conversation. Now, of course, there's a line behind you, whatever, then, they're doing their job. Don't stand there like a creep talking to them. I'm just saying that, when somebody goes, how you doing? Pretty much freaking awesome, man. That creates a feeling inside of them, and especially for women. It makes them feel like, oh, this guy's got his stuff together. Because what do they hear especially over the past, year, past 18 months? Oh, corona, blah, 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 beer bug, blah, blah, and all this crap. Negativity all the time. And you're coming in with the positive hit. And that always makes a difference. Okay, so you're warming up. Talk to guys, talk to girls. Now, just start doing it. Start doing it with women. Okay? Just start doing it with the girls that you find attractive. Same kind of thing. Everybody makes a big deal out of just talking to another human being. They're literally another human being. It's not that difficult. So, moving on to the next point. If you decide that you want to go out and talk to women, obviously you want your success rate as high as you can get it. And the number one way to get your success rate up high is to look good. You have your game tight, okay? You need to look good. You need to smell good. And a very important thing, you need to feel good, okay? You need to get enough sleep the night before. Don't be hungover. Don't be depressed. Don't be anxious. Don't be in a bad mood, whatever. When you're feeling like that, don't approach women. Because women are emotional creatures and they vibe off of what you're giving them. So you have to have that confident, excited, just wanting to be there kind of attitude. If you have I thought you were cute, thought I'd ask for your number, but you probably don't want to give it to me. Dude, come on. Not going to work, okay? You need to get your mindset right. So, number one, have your game tight, look good, smell good, cologne, deodorant, please. I don't know what these guys going out there, they're like, oh, I just got out of the gym and I'm going to go approach some chicks and then I'm going to go home and take a shower. Now, let's take the shower first, okay? It's probably a good idea. But look good, smell good, feel good, okay? Next thing, to have that confident air about you, you need to assume the sale. This is a common thing in sales. You assume the sale. You speak to the prospect as if the sale has happened. How am I going to help you? You're going to ask questions that are going to lead them into the point where they want your product. Same kind of thing. You bring that confidence to the table when you approach a woman and you assume that, yeah, you're going to get their number. Yeah, it's going to, this interaction is going to work out. Okay? Assuming that sale, assuming the sale that you're going to get the phone number, that brings out confidence in you that is noticeable by women. You have to understand, women are emotional beings. They sense your vibe. They sense how you feel. Okay, it's very important that you come with that confidence. Okay, so assume the sale. When you go out to meet women, it is extremely important to get reps in. Okay, the more reps, the better off you'll be, and here's why. It's a numbers game. Number one, it's a numbers game. But number two, the more reps you put in, the more you hear like, oh, I could say this is a comeback. Or I could say this is a little joke. Or I could say this way instead of that way. And you literally will learn from the interactions. So just like in sales, the more interactions you have, the more information you get back. You want to get as much information back as you can. Now, if your mindset is, I want to interact to get information, then you want to thrive on the interactions and accept and look at rejection as a tool, not as a way to feel down about yourself. Because you're not going to get every woman's number. Whoever's telling you that is lying, okay? That's not the way this works. But the more reps you get in, the more information you're going to get back. And so it's like, put it out there, get information back. Put it out there, get information back. Obviously, logically, the more information that you have, the better off you're going to be, and the more you're going to be able to decide this works, this doesn't work. Add this, subtract this. And that will help you get your game together so that you can have more success and raise your success rate when you're approaching women. So don't fear rejection. Look at rejection as like, you win or you learn. You don't win or lose. You win or you learn. Okay? And if you get rejected, doesn't matter what she says. I have a boyfriend, you're going to hear that, blah, 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 whatever, or I'm not dating right now, whatever. Okay? Doesn't matter. What happened in the interaction? What words did you use? And how did she respond to that? How did you feel? How was your attitude? How was your tone of voice? These are all important things. And you can get that information back. So you win, you get the number, or you learn. Remember that. I win or I learn. You never lose. Okay? All right. Next thing and the last thing. Extremely important. I was talking to a guy, I think about a couple weeks ago. He was talking about this girl that he knows he's in a class with. And, oh, she's so beautiful. And, he gave me the whole spiel. I was like, bro, you're already married to this girl and you haven't even talked to her. He was that head over heels. And I was like, and he told me, he's like, well, when class let out one day, I kind of worked my way over by her and she walked by and I was like, hey, how's it going? Just like you said. And she's like, oh, fine. And she kind of stood there and I'm like, so did you talk to her? And he's like, I kind of froze. And she kind of gave me this weird look like, you're supposed to be talking right now. And I'm like, that's because you were, bro. You were supposed to be talking. And I was like, okay, so did you at least say, hey, I'd like to get together sometime, or I'd like to talk to you some more outside of class. Can I get your number? Did you ask for the number? Oh, no, I couldn't do that. When she gave me that kind of odd look, I knew it was over, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, man. Too many guys don't ask for the number. Just like in sales, too many people don't ask for the sale. They don't sit there and go, here's my spiel. Hey, do you think it'd be appropriate if we move forward and I discuss with you, our options? Not difficult, but guys, don't do all that work and then not ask for the number. Okay? Don't do all that work and not ask for the number. You're just getting intimidated. Okay? You're allowing yourself to be intimidated because you haven't built the confidence. You haven't built the game. You're in the middle of it. You're in the journey. Okay? But don't get intimidated. Ask for the number. Always ask for the sale. All the time. Okay? Extremely important. So, there are some points on how to approach women. Advisingmen.com. The website is up. Coaching is available. You can choose from 2 different coaching options. I'm going to have a course coming out on why you got dumped. Okay? And it'll help you see, if you've had a breakup or a divorce, it'll help you see all the different ways that the relationship went downhill, and it's going to show you how to fix those things so it doesn't happen again. And number 2, in that course, it also includes one-on-one coaching with me. So it's very important. Every time you go through one of the modules, we end that with a coaching call and we go through it. And I make sure that you understand everything, and we'll dive deep into what your specific issues are. Okay? So how to approach women. There you go, guys. Reps. Get the reps in. Get your game tight, get the reps in, and you're going to have success. We'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks.